Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my PS1 collection, part 2. We're gonna jump back into it.
That was a really dramatic intro. All right, here we have Battle Tanks. Says it's made by 3DO. I found that interesting. These are actually games I remember from when I was a kid. Here we have HBO Boxing. These are actually my childhood games here. Wow, this game was so underrated, but in recent years, it's finally getting its shine. Bugs Bunny and Taz Time Busters. And then there's also a sequel or a game before this, but this game is really good. This is the 3D platformer I got to play on the PlayStation. Here's a fighting game that is not bad. I had a lot of fun with it when I was a kid. X-Men Mutant Academy. And there's a Mutant Academy 2 as well. I talked about this one in my N64 video. Here's Rugrats. I almost said Rugrats in Paris. No, this is Rugrats Studio Tour. This is the game I remember playing. Maybe I don't really remember Rugrats in Paris. This is the game I remember playing. Oh man, this is another game I remember playing. I don't even know how to explain this game, but it's kind of fun. Flintstones Bedrock Bowling. Here's another Looney Tunes game, Looney Tunes Racing. This was a kart racer. It was a good kart racer from what I remember. This was a good kart racer from what I remember. And then I'm pretty sure we already talked about this game, Monsters Inc. on PS1. Alright, now we should have more good games. Here we have Ghost in the Shell on PS1. Love Ghost in the Shell. Had to have this in my collection. This is a really unique story. This is a really good game to have in your collection if you're an anime fan. Also, if you're an anime fan, you might want to have this. This is Dragon Ball GT Final Bout. Now the game itself isn't that good, but there's a lot of history, you know. This is one of the early Dragon Ball games. This game's not bad. This is a Contra game on PS1. Contra Legacy of War. Here we have more shooters. This is the first Medal of Honor. This is a first-person shooter on the PS1. Not bad. Ooh, this is a good game. I remember I thought I had another copy of this game that wasn't in good condition, but this one is in good condition. This is Resident Evil 1 on PS1. This is an awesome game, guys. It's been remade. Even if you don't play the remaster and you play PS1, this is a good game. Pac-Man World 1. This is another good game. They just remade it recently, and it's different from Pac-Man World 2 and 3 if you remember playing those games. And this is different from the arcade Pac-Man games. Here we have Treasure Planet, Disney Treasure Planet. This is a game I remember from when I was a kid, and probably not a good game. All right. I know you guys can see some of these games that are sitting here. I guess really quick. No, we're gonna save some of these for last. This is a game I actually had when I was a kid. This is one of my first PlayStation 1 games. This is Digimon World 3, and I don't know what I did with it when I was a kid, so I had to track it back down. Really happy to have it in my collection, Digimon World 3. Here's another game that I do have the manual for, Marvel Superheroes. So this isn't Marvel vs. Capcom, because there's no Capcom characters. This is just Marvel Superheroes. Alright guys, here's more WWE, WWF. This is WWF Warzone. I don't think this is one of the best games ever, but maybe there's some people out there who like it. Let me know what your favorite wrestling game is. There's no wrong answers. Here's more wrestling, WCW, NWO Thunder. So remember guys, there's WWE and then there's everything that's not WWE. So this was WCW at the time. So remember guys, this game is going to be made by different people. It's different. Here we have another fighting game, if you consider those wrestling games fighting games. I guess I don't have the manual for it, but this is Gundam Battle Assault 1. We talked about Gundam Battle Assault 2, and I guess I do have number 1 in my collection. This is a Dreamcast game. This is a Dreamcast game. I knew this was going to happen. I knew there was going to be some random Dreamcast games in here. Mega Man Legends 1. I do have Mega Man Legends 1 in my collection. I wish I had Mega Man Legends 2. This game also came out on N64 as Mega Man 64. And there was also another Mega Man Legends game called The Misadventures of Tron Bonne. And that's actually a really, really expensive game. I'm really surprised, guys. I'm really surprised that we even made it this far through my collection. Alright guys, here is Spider-Man. You guys might have heard me talk about it in my N64 video. This is one of my favorite games of all time. This is the PlayStation version. There's also a Dreamcast version. But I don't know if number 2 came out on Dreamcast and N64. This is Spider-Man 2, Enter Electro. These games are really good. They actually start the whole formula that is still used today in Spider-Man PS4 and PS5 and everything. Really, really good games. Oh wow, we're stacking these games up so high that it's not even funny. Alright, so what's next? Crash Bandicoot. Let me know if you're a big fan of Crash Bandicoot. It's Crash Bandicoot. It's Crash Bandicoot 1. It's been remade, but that's the original. Here we have Ace Combat. It's made by Namco. Gotta love that cover. Look at that cover there. Even the stuff on the back of the game. Here we have Steel Rain. Listen, I might not have a lot to say about a lot of these games, but here we have Army Men 3D. This is another 3DO game. That's cool. Ooh, Crash 3 Warped. See, this is why it's good to look through your collection and see what you got. So here we have Crash 3. Here we got Spyro 1. Here we have Spyro Ripto's Rage. Spyro Ripto's Rage. Here's a classic PS1 game, Siphon Filter. So this game right here, guys, is like GTA before GTA. It's like a third-person shooter. It's a good game. Wow, guys, I can't believe that we actually are making it through it here. I actually can't believe it. Next we have Chrono Cross. So this is kind of the sequel to Chrono Trigger. It does its own thing. It doesn't even carry over the art style of Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball. But yeah, here we have another RPG, Wild Arms 2. I talked about Wild Arms 1, but this is Wild Arms 2. It's a very awesome PS1 game. It's like cowboys, anime, RPG. This is a game that I had when I was a kid. Is there a Digimon Rumble Arena 2? I think there is, but on a different system. This is Digimon Rumble Arena 1. For people who grew up with this game, they know that this was a cool game. This was a cool game. I actually seen some mods and stuff for this game online. Alright guys. Guys and gals. Next we have Grandia. Grandia is an RPG on the PS1. It might be some people's favorite. This is when the graphics, PS1 RPGs, the graphics are so crazy. We talked about so many, whether it's this, Wild Arms, Xenogears, you won't be disappointed. Oh, look at this. Next we have Final Fantasy VIII. So it's not Final Fantasy VII, this is Final Fantasy VIII, but a very popular game and very happy to have it in my collection. Next we have Race Storm. It's a working design game and it says you could win $10,000 playing this game. Here's a cool game, Star Wars Dark Forces. This is like a Doom inspired first person shooter with the Star Wars original trilogy. Cool game. I always like the lore of these Star Wars games of this era. Here we have Tetris Plus. This is a 2-player Tetris game. This is actually one of my favorite PlayStation 1 games. Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. Now, people might think I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh! Hater, but I really like this game. So I'd be down to play Yu-Gi-Oh! If you guys can teach me how to get better at this game. Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. This game is good. This game is awesome. Here we have Ridge Racer Revolution. Awesome. And then guys, last but not least, I actually didn't know I had this in my collection. I actually thought, wow, out of all the games I have, I don't have this one. This is everybody's favorite, Final Fantasy VII. And I'm getting around to playing this game finally. The original one, you know, there is a remake now, but guys, this game, Final Fantasy VII, amazing. Oh my God. Now, of course, guys, one of the hardest parts of playing these games, one of the hardest parts of even making this video here is grabbing all my games and getting them together. Now, some games that I know I'm missing is the original GTA games. I showed you number 1, but I also have number 2. And I have GTA London expansion. And that's my honorable mention. Thank you so much, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed these videos where I got to show you my PlayStation 1 collection. It was my first system ever. So I reviewed the N64, now I reviewed the PlayStation. You know, we can always go, you know, further from here, or I can move backwards, you know. So wait till you see the rest of my collection, guys. Let me know in the comments what you want to see in my collection, or ask me, hey, what do you have? Do you have this? Let me see this, let me see that. And let me know if you enjoyed this video. Check out the rest of the videos on my channel. Share the content. Check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much. Bang, bang.